Would you like to scale up the listing side of your business and be able to effectively take and sell more listings this year? Of course you would. What is going on, guys? My name is Chris Elliott with the Elliott Real Estate Team based out of Glen Allen, Virginia. Today, I'm going to share with you one of I hesitate to call it a secret because it's not really a secret, but I'm going to share with you one of the most critical things that you need to figure out, that you need to nail down, that you need to operationalize in your business if you are going to scale up your listing business. And that simple thing, my friends, is communication. What is your communication plan? What is your systematic communication approach with your listing clients? The great Tony Robbins said, effective communication is the lifeblood of any successful business. And I would 100% agree with that, especially when it comes to real estate sales, specifically listings. So in this video, I'm going to give you my protocol that we communicate with all of our listing clients in at several different stages. And I'm just going to read it right off the screen here and break it down for you. Hopefully this is of some value to you. So first and foremost, our pre-signed listing clients. So pre-signed is not an official status in our MLS, of course. I combine MLS opt-out and coming soon listings into one category called pre-signed, and we just more or less treat them relatively the same. There are two different buckets, of course, two different styles of taking listings, which that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day, but pre-signed listings. So if we've got a signed client, but they're not yet active on the market yet, one of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to set them up on a comparable property watch. So right in the CVR MLS, I'm going to set up a search as if I was running comps on their property, and I'm going to save that search. I'm going to save it as what I call a comparable property watch, and then I'm going to add them as a contact, and I'm going to set up the MLS system to where it's going to email them those properties every 3 times a week. So 3 times a week, they are going to get emailed properties that are comparable to theirs, that are either coming soon, active, under contract, or recently sold. What this allows you to do is to effectively communicate to your client what is happening with comparable properties in their, what I call, micro market. So we don't need to send them everything that's on the market, but if they live in a specific community, in a specific zip code, in a specific school zone, price point, whatever it is, and I'm going to set up a search, I'm going to email that out to them. This is super helpful for them just to stay up with what's going on in the market, but let's say you had to sign them at a higher price than maybe you wanted to. You went through the comps with them once, maybe twice when you sat down with them, but if they get emailed that information over time, I've had clients that have reduced their price from, let's say, a higher price than what they should have been at to a more reasonable price between the time we signed them and the time they actually went to the market because they got that information. So that's super critical. It's one of those things you set up once, it runs automatically. Secondly, when clients are in this pre-signed status, we are going to communicate with them once a week, either phone call or text. We're just going to check in. Hey, how are things coming? How's the staging going? How's the prep work going? How is all that doing, right? So that's our process for pre-signed. Once they go active, so they're already getting the comparable market watch. We're going to keep those going. Obviously, we're going to get them feedback after every single showing the next business day, right? So we communicate to them, hey, we're going to get you this feedback via showing time, and our goal is to get that to you every single business day, unless, of course, we can simply just cannot get the agent on the phone. But we want to get folks that feedback. We don't want to just sit back and wait for showing time to collect it, because not a lot of agents will respond to those. We want to go out and practically get that feedback from those agents, which means picking them on the phone, actually calling people, right? And then we're going to push that out via showing time. And then last but not least, while they are on the market, we're going to send them a kind of listing recap email once a week. I like to do mine Tuesday afternoons because we got all the activity from the weekend. We can see what kind of washed out from the weekend, and then we're getting to them on Tuesday. We're going to summarize the online activity that we've had, so the amount of views we've had on the property on Realtor, Zillow, MLS. You can look at all this through ListTrack, which is a tool that you have available to you through the CVRL MLS platform. We're going to review the showings and the feedback we've had with them, and then we're going to give them any suggestion changes that we need to make. And I would encourage you, if you're going to include, now we send all this via email, but if you're going to suggest a price reduction, if you're going to finally try to get them to replace the carpet that they should have replaced before, I would recommend following that up with a phone call, right? So we're going to send that to them once a week. Now, this is critical because the classic adage is like, hey, I listed my home with a realtor, they stuck a sign in my front yard, and then they disappeared. We don't want to be those real estate agents. That translates to very unhappy clients. So you want to have a regular cadence in which you're communicating with folks. I indicated to you my regular time is Tuesday afternoons. I think whatever it is, you need to have a set time in your schedule that you're going to be communicating with this to people. And then once my listings go under contract, we're going to give them an update on the contract timelines, past, present, future. So here's where we've been, here's where we are, here's what's coming up next. And then we're going to give them a lender update every single week, assuming there's a loan that the buyer's getting. Just, hey, we checked in with the lender, and here's what they're saying, here's where we are, we're still in underwriting, we're out of underwriting, whatever the deal is, we want to give them some sort of update. So as you can see, this is a little bit of work, but this is something that you want to budget into your calendar, you want to schedule into your calendar, that you're communicating with this once a week. I promise you, you're going to have much happier clients. You're going to have clients that are much more willing to take your advice and do what you suggest and actually refer you other clients because you actually did your job and you communicated with them, you kept them informed in the process. And here's a pro tip: market your communication schedule to these listings in advance, because I promise you, the last agent that sold whatever last home or tried to sell their home probably did not do all these things. But if you can communicate to them, hey, this is what you can expect from me, this is what you can hold me accountable to, I've had that actually win me listings. So hope this was valuable. If we can help you any more in your particular real estate business, you let me know. Otherwise, hope you have a good rest of your day.